For my new student dialogue, I chose to do the group that focused on disabilities. This is something I'm very passionate about. I'm actually trying to switch my major to special education, and it's something that I've definitely been surrounded by my whole life. There are definitely active voices within my group. Everyone kind of had their own opinion and views on the subject. Some people saw kids with disabilities as happy and appreciative, and then there were other people that shared sympathy for them because they have limited opportunity and they can't experience life the way that we experience it. I mean, some people obviously were reserved and didn't really speak up much. For the most part, though, everyone kind of contributed. In my group, I definitely at first was reserved and I didn't really want to voice my opinion, but eventually I know this is something that I guess I know a lot about and love to talk about and address, that I ended up speaking up quite a bit. I just shared stories from high school and how we had a humongous program that focused on kids with disabilities and how it influenced my life and has changed it for the better. And I talked about Lightsey Bridge and how Michael and the rest of the kids here on campus have also impacted my life, and it's just really exciting to see them living on their own and doing the same things I would do and getting to experience everything that I'm experiencing here in college, because that's something that generally you would never see. I think dialogue is, a really important part in college, just because everyone needs to be comfortable around each other. You need to feel safe where you are, and in this program, I guess, it was nice to open up and introduce ourselves and share, see that we all have common interests and we're here for the same reason. I think that we use this in Library 100 basically just so that we can broaden our idea and see what other people's thoughts are on the subject. I think in all, in our dialogue, we achieved quite a bit. Seeing what everyone else had to see on the subject was really eye-opening, because we all kind of eventually, after we talked about all the different things that we see, if they could be happy or we could share sympathy, we talked about Down syndrome and autism and specific cases of disabilities. And for all of us just to see where everyone was at, we kind of, in the end, shared a common ground and all voiced our opinions and why we generally see that. Also, in the program, when we got to watch the video, it was really, heart-touching. It was something that you don't think about, someone with that severe of a disability to, get sick of their mom and then hire their own assistant off of Craigslist and then have a girlfriend and have a normal life with her. It was just something that most of us were shocked about, but I guess we kind of needed to see that, because not all people with disabilities are limited. They're limited to what society lets them do. We don't create opportunities for them necessarily, but when they are willing to create an opportunity for themselves, they can do the exact same things as we can, just maybe not in the same style. Going to the meeting, at first, obviously, no one's going to want to sit there for 2 hours, and you think, well, why am I here? But after, I guess, kind of being there, it was nice because we got to open up to a lot of new people and definitely share things we weren't comfortable about. When we created our census, that was something that was really interesting to see. I found that there were 2 other people that were from Canada, and I mean, that's a far place to be, and so it was like kind of nice to see that I had people here that share the same values as I do, and just seeing where everyone was at and what they struggled with as a disability. I know our group leader said he had a body image disorder, and you would have never known, but it was just nice to see that we're all willing to open up and let people in and share what we struggle with as well, because disabilities aren't just physically, it's also emotionally and mentally, and we always look at someone with Down syndrome or autism or cerebral palsy and we say they have a disability, but we never think of underlying disabilities like a body image disorder, being self-conscious, that kind of stuff. And for people to be able to open up was nice, and you felt more welcome and you felt like you were a part of something. In all, I thought that the new student dialogue was a lot better than, that we were expecting, and I definitely think it's something that's important to continue because it helped me open up. It made me realize that there's different perspectives on subjects that I am very close-ended on, and it just opened it up, and I met a lot of new people, and now I know a lot about what we have going on campus for students with disabilities, and it's just something that was overall a really great experience.